Okay.
And you're here. Good evening, everybody. Tonight, we have the Youth Services Subcommittee is meeting tonight to talk about summer jobs and summer activities. Before we begin, I'd like to have the clerk call the roll.
Chairman Samaras?
Here.
Counsel Mercia?
Here.
Counsel Rourke? Here. 3 present.
All right, I want to welcome all those who are present here tonight to talk about, I think we all here think it's very important, and that's youth activities during the summer. If we want our city to be a safe place, we must be assured that we have jobs for our youth and we have good, solid activities for them. So I'd like to begin tonight. I see Chief Taylor's here also.
Yes, thank you.
Chief, would you like to come up for us?
No, I will come sit next to Mary Ann, but she's going to do the
All right, thank you. Thank you for attending. All right, we have Peter Faticani, Head of Recreation. Peter? And afterwards, I'd like to have everybody introduce themselves and describe their job and then go into their program. Thank you.
I'm Peter Faticanti from the Lowell Recreation. What we do as a Healthy Summer Partnership is we correlate with a lot of the nonprofits in the city to make sure there are no big gaps in funding and in programming. We want to make sure that there's programs offered all across the city servicing as many kids as possible. And one of the big pushes behind Healthy Summer starting years ago was the gap in free and reduced lunches being offered during the school year, and then there's no feeding that was offered during the summer. So the big push years ago was to offer feeding to programming during the summer, so that way those kids would have that feeding year-round. That has progressed, and the programming, for the most part, has increased in a lot of different areas and a lot more kids being serviced. And as a result, a lot of teens are also being employed throughout the city to work with those kids.
Thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
One of the things that we do is we put together an 8-page brochure for all the nonprofits in the city. Those go around to all the different public schools, and we produce about 15,000 of them, so that way every kid in the school department would get them. We also call all the ecumenical schools in the area to see if there's anybody interested in those, so that way the goal is to put a brochure in the hands of every child in the city, so that way they can find programming.
All right. Is your plan to discuss what we have for recreation?
Yep, I can give you all the information we are planning on this summer for programming if you'd like. I can do that now, or, okay. In summer 2013, we serviced 1,385 kids. This year, we're looking to increase that to about 1,500 kids. Last year, we had 185 positions available. We ended up filling up 169 of them, with some kids not making it through the hiring process or taking jobs somewhere else. This year, we're increasing to about 199 staff. So we'll be hiring 199 kids, mostly teens, during the summer. We're going to service kids from mostly ages 5 to 10, but we do have a program that starts for 3 and 4-year-olds. We do programming at Shed, Riley, Wang, Gage, Daly, Stocklosa, Green Elge, Morey, Shaughnessy, McAuliffe, and we also do free swim lessons. And our swim lessons last year serviced about 350 kids. And this year we added on swim lessons, not just at our 3 normal sites of McPherson, South Common, and the waterfront, but we're also adding lessons in at Lowell High School, the partnership we have with them, to try to increase the amount of kids that we service, and also try to put some programming in for special needs swimming, and also try to work with the senior center to increase our age groups to also accommodate the seniors as well.
Now, is all of this up on our website?
Most of the information is up on the website. We have some of our miscellaneous programs. We do tennis lessons. That's not up yet. That'll be up next week. We have an arts and crafts program. We have a taekwondo program that comes to 5 of our parks in the city. That's also no charge. So some of those other programs are still getting created websites. But our 3 and 4-year-old program, our 5 to 10-year-old program, our swim lessons, and our summer public swim areas are all up on the website. And we are actually taking registrations already. We started Monday taking registrations for summer programming.
Again, how many jobs are available?
We're going to look at hiring 199 people this summer. I'd say the biggest age group we had last summer was in the 16 and 17-year-old age group, is most of our employees.
Any questions from?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Peter, when we say, for example, Shed Park, ages 5 to 10, pre-registration 59, opening 60. Explain to me what does that mean? There's 60 openings and we I don't know.
What happened on Monday is we started our pre-registration process. We typically take about 60 kids at Shed Park, and in a day and a half, we filled almost all those spots. Last year, we had a pre-registration for 60 people, and by the end of the program in August, we serviced 91 different people. We see about a 60 to 70% of the kids are showing up a day. So if you have 90 kids, there's about 55 to 60 that show up on a given day. We have a program with the Aramark to feed kids at different sites in the Merrimack Valley Food Bank, and we use the number of lunches that they can service as our benchmark for the pre-registrations. So we had ended up with 91 kids registered last year.
I can't stress enough the importance of having a job in the city, and that your job is so important. And everybody that I see here, your job is very, very critical. You may say that I work in recreation for the city of Lowell, but you don't realize that you are taking our most precious gifts in this city, the children, and you're providing opportunities for them which otherwise would be leading them in a path of destruction. I honestly believe this. It isn't everybody in the city who has a family that can go off to the beach or off to the mountains. We have a stagnant, let's say, stagnant in the summer where people have a lot of time on their hands, and you are filling that gap by providing these programs. The gap where food is given to them that they probably, it's just like when you say, let's say the Salvation Army, and you say, gee, let's give for presents for Christmas for the children that don't have it. Sometimes they don't have it all year long. You're providing a great, great opportunity, and you're doing a great, great service. And I know from last year that this has magnified and multiplied, and so I can't stress enough the importance, because a busy child is a child out of trouble. So maybe you're providing opportunities whereby they're eating or learning something, but you're providing a lot more than that by keeping them out of trouble, out of danger, out of people's homes robbing. You're nurturing them. I can't stress enough the importance of what's happening here. So I'm thanking you, Mr. Chairman, for providing the public with an opportunity right here for their children, for those that can't get away. And so it's a magnificent opportunity, and I want to thank everybody for doing that. We have the director of the Lowell Boys and Girls Club here. Everybody is becoming a partner. So this is good, the police department, to hear that all these good things are happening.
I think the other part of all of this is that we as city councilors want to make sure that you understand that whatever you need from us, through the city manager, you must bring forth, because what you do, as Councilor Mercy has stated so very well, you are one of the most important resources in this city. Councilor Rourke, do you have any?
Yeah, I'd like to comment that, looking at the sites for 2014 summer programming, to see that all parts of the city are covered, I think is critical and well done. I worked for the Parks and Rec Department growing up, and I know the benefit it does not only for those that are going to be employed, but for those that they do help. So this is all terrific, and best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you. And this is only a list of our sites. These other partners that we have also have programming throughout the citywide. And I think the goal of everybody here is to try to provide as much opportunity for the different kids in the city as possible. And I think that everybody here does a great job of that. I think that having a partnership that talks and can works out where programming is going to go, so that way we can, instead of overlapping programming to a certain point, we can expand it to take on more kids.
Okay, how can we ensure, though, that everybody gets that information?
Well, we are producing 15,000 flyers that are going to all the public school and the ecumenical schools. We are putting the information on the website. We have a snail mail and an email list that we also put out, so any information that people want, if they go to the lowellma.gov website and go to the recreation page, they can actually email us directly with information if they can't find something they're looking for, or they can go to the main page and sign up for recreation notifications as well. So whenever we put out a notification, they'll get it.
Okay, thank you. Is Caitlin Cochran? First of all, your father is retiring, I believe, from the Lowell Police Department?
Yep, he's actually retiring. His last day is this Thursday, so we're really proud of him.
Well, you have to be. In fact, he was one of the when I was headmaster of the high school, and we started to work with resource officers, but before we even had the resource officer program, your father was always available to give us a hand, a good hand.
Yep.
So we wish him well.
Thank you.
Caitlin, what, you're an extension of that program, the recreation. What else do we have to offer?
Yep, so like Peter was saying, I just put together the Healthy Summer brochure. Over the past couple of months, I've been emailing all of our partners to try and get their summer programming information from them. So I've actually just finalized the rough draft of it today. I'm going to be emailing it out to everyone again, probably tomorrow, just to have everyone double check their information to make sure that I'm not putting anything that's incorrect out to the public. But as soon as we have that, I'm going to be emailing it to King Printers to have about 15,000 copies made out, and then we'll be delivering them to the schools, all the public schools in Lowell and some of the Catholic schools and stuff too. I also work with the Lowell Youth Council. Now they refer to it as Youth Reaching Out. I actually just came from that meeting, but that we partner with Boys and Girls Club, UTEC, YWCA, and groups such as those, and we're going to be having an event coming up the end of May, Peace in the Park. We're going to be having it at Harmony Park in Lowell. So that's something that we're in the process of planning right now, so I can actually bring some of these brochures with me there and distribute those to the kids and the families that will be going to that event as well.
This is very impressive. This is very good. Thank you. Any other questions?
No.
Okay. Yes.
Just, Kayla or Peter, how did it go last year? Last year was the first year of really getting it out there. How was last year's results?
What we saw last year is actually it was the second year that we got this big. Our numbers went up. We had a big partnership with the police department for the C-Fire grant to really target advertising and hiring and programming in Centerville. We have a good partnership with the school department, so when they sent out summer program information for their summer schools, they also included our extended day program that is a correlation of their summer school program. So we saw a lot of programs that actually exceeded our expectations last year. I think we had one that met its expectations, and all the rest of our sites were bigger than we expected. Also, our swim lessons last year, we had about I'd say about a 40% increase in swim lesson numbers. In addition to doing morning swim lessons last year, we had evening lessons. So that way someone who is in work all day, who can't take their child down to the pool for a swim lesson, could do an evening one. So we saw those numbers increase. So last year we had a lot of popular, positive feedback. And as a result, this year we extended some hours to increase more hours and accommodate more children.
Terrific.
Actually, thank you for asking that question, Councilor Rourke, because that's important that we extend our hours or reach out, because I think that's a common concern by many people, that they just can't meet, we'll say, late morning to early afternoon, but if we can do other things to accommodate the public, thank you for that. Superintendent Taylor, welcome.
Thank you, Counselor. Marianne Bellata, who is the director of our Research and Development Program, is going to go into detail and explain many of our summer efforts that involve grant funding, and I'll certainly be available to answer any questions you might have afterwards.
Thank you. Welcome, Marianne.
Thank you. So a couple of our initiatives that we have going on this summer, one of which is the Shannon Community Safety Initiative, in which we partner with the Career Center for some additional summer jobs, with the Parks and Rec, with some of the programming that Peter and Caitlin have mentioned, with the Boys and Girls Club, which I'm sure you'll be hearing from Joe, as well as the YWCA, and in the police department specifically, we do run the Summer Student Police Academy, and we're able to hire 7 junior youth counselors for that programming. And the academy reaches approximately 240 youth each summer, grades 5th through 8th grades. And the school resource officers run that programming. In addition, we have the Burn Criminal Justice Initiative, which strictly focuses on Centerville area of the city. Through that program, we're able to fund summer jobs specifically for Centerville youth, and it's approximately 20 jobs per year, per summer, I should say, and that's through the Career Center as well. Additionally, we also partner, as Peter said, with Parks and Rec, and we're able to give additional funding to them as well. then some of our law enforcement activities, which include our pedestrian safety grant initiative, which focuses on pedestrian safety in the downtown area during the summer months. Specifically, we use crosswalk decoys and enforcement of proper pedestrian traffic laws. You know, so people are stopping for the pedestrians and letting them go in the crosswalk when appropriate. Our underage alcohol enforcement grant we're able to fund compliance checks in the local bars and other liquor establishments to ensure that the waiters and waitresses and bartenders are checking for IDs and serving alcohol to only those that are of proper age. Also, as part of the new reorg that the superintendent has laid out, the new district response officers are going to be on foot and bicycle patrol in the parks as part of their regular community policing efforts over the summer months. And one thing additionally too, as far as safety is concerned, we use the Shannon Community Safety Initiative to increase enforcement of staffing and anti-gang efforts.
Well, that's terrific. Actually, I think with any programs, we can have the best programs in the world. If the city's not safe, if our areas are not safe, they're not going to work. But thank you for that effort.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So a couple of questions. I know that right now Lowell's in the high time for baseball season with, be Little League or Senior League. Are there any police presence in those areas? Just, not an effort to make sure it's safe, but just, to be there and to say hi to the kids and so forth?
Yes, as part of the officers' normal duties during the course of the evening, they're encouraged to focus on areas that, like parks that are being used. And what we'd like the officers to do is just go out and mingle with the crowd and introduce themselves, and provides not only a sense of safety to the residents, but also they act as somewhat of an ambassador for the community.
More involved and so forth.
Right, exactly.
And just quickly, I may have missed it, Mary, I'm sorry, but is there a Children's Police Academy this summer?
Yes, the Summer Student Police Academy for 5th through 8th grades.
5th through 8th?
Yep,
Two different sessions.
2 3-week sessions.
Extremely popular in the community. Parents love it. It's a tremendous operation that we run.
Is that on the website information?
It should be.
We did tweet out some information.
Yes.
I can get, if you still need contact information, I can get Officer Santiago's information if people need to sign up.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. One thing I do want to just, if I may, I handed out it's the Shannon Community Safety Initiative, what we've been able to do since 2007 with the funding. And as you can see, this is not just youth, but we've been able to, the 550 youth summer jobs over the years, we've been able to do school and home visits through partnering agencies and ourselves. And, obviously the recreational and educational programs that we've been able to do with this funding from the Executive Office of Public Safety and Security has just been great.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Councilman Mercer?
Well, see, I go back many years, so what I'm saying is digressing into the past. And I know that sometimes it's kind of tough, but I know that parents sometimes say, are you going to be bad? I'll take you to the police department. And so children sometimes grow up and think, oh my God, the police, they're so bad, oh my God. And so we only give the ideas that people say to us. So we bring their message forward and they say, could you have community policing whereby police walk on the street and the beat and the this and the that? And you've done that, Chief, and we're very, very grateful. But I remember years ago when we had a little extra money and the police were like at Clemente Park and they were playing basketball with the kids. And so for you, Chief, to say that not only will we have healthy summer and feed the children, but we'll also have the police on their route and they'll go to the different parks and meet the kids. I think this is a good thing to get that partnership whereby the children meet the police and know these aren't the bad guys that people were telling us about. These are actually good people. They understand, my God, they're even fathers and mothers and they know life and they're not this person in a uniform that's going to arrest us, and they're not the bad guys, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So when I heard you say that, Chief, that's just the greatest thing. There's a good rapport there with the kids and the police, that they're not the bad guys. So I think
agree.
that's a plus right there.
I completely agree, Counselor. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, I just have to add, Councilor Mercier is so correct. As a high school principal, as an educator in the city of Lowell, when the resource officers were added to our staff, I mean, what I saw in many cases were policemen paying for young students, saying to young students, if you attend every day for the next 2 weeks, you'll have a pizza at the end of, small things, but things that encourage students
Right.
to take part in the process. But it was coming from policemen. And the respect that they earned, you can't put a sum of money on that respect. And now what you're talking about for doing in the summer, this just extends and expands upon what we try to do during the school year, as much as the food service program. I mean, these are things that people don't realize, why children sometimes get upset, but if in the summertime they can't eat, it's not going to work. So this is a nice tie-in with everything. We have Joe Unlet from the Lowell's Boys Club. Would you like to add to this?
Thank you, Counselor. One of the things I do want to echo before I talk about the Boys and Girls Club is just, one of the things that's awesome about Lowell is the great partnerships with the police, the parks, and all the other folks who are here from the other groups that you mentioned, from Youth Reaching Out and all the different committees, that it just, everybody works together. Somebody asked me today, well, you're in competition with, the Y or another agency. And we all have our own niche, and there's enough kids for all of us to work with, and it's really great to be able to work as a partnership both with the city and with the other youth-serving agencies in town. We really appreciate that. But the Boys and Girls Club this summer does have a lot going on. We'll have an 8-week program for about 350 kids a day. We're all day. We have a program for the ages 7 to 18, and then 3 nights a week, thanks to the Shannon program, we have a Peace League basketball program for about 100 teens, which, it's basketball, but it also keeps the kids in a safe place with positive adult role models. And during the day, there's a lot of things going on. They get a free breakfast, a free lunch, and for a lot of our kids, 87% of our kids are on free or reduced lunch, so it's probably the 2 best meals they get. We'll make sure they get plenty of fruits and vegetables in there. And then our programs this year, fun new program is a music clubhouse. Kids are going to learn guitars, drums, keyboards, but all the kids will get a chance to be active every day. We have a great gym program and fitness program, as well as summer reading program to help kids to not fall behind in school during the summer. They do little science projects and things along those as well, and technology programs, animation, digital video, and a lot of different fun programs. We do utilize Clemente Park a lot during the day so the kids can get outside and use the playground, and they also get to take field trips. As you said, you talked about families, Councilor Mercier, families creating memories. For our kids, we try to create those memories because a lot of them can't afford to go away on vacation. So whether it's a field trip or whether it's every Friday we do a barbecue out back, depending on your living situation, you might be able to have a summer barbecue. So, every Friday our kids get that. And for 350 kids every day, it's just $15 a week, so we can serve the kids who need us most. And they really get a lot out of it, and we appreciate the support of the police and our different partners to help make that happen. And I didn't come prepared to speak, but I can always talk about the Boys and Girls Club. I appreciate the opportunity.
Well said, but it's important that we also talk, and when you see the police department becoming so important partners in these partnerships, it works well. Councilor Mercier?
I must have that look on my face that looks like I want to say something, but I do. I wanted to just say one thing about the Boys and Girls Club, that my 2 sons, at the time it was just the Boys Club, and they learned how to swim there. And that, to me, was monumental, because there's nothing more frightening than a child around water that's very suspicious about, gee, let me see, well, let me reach in and get that, and then they drown. That's very frightening to me. And they learned how to swim there. So I'm very, very grateful to the Boys and Girls Club for teaching my children how to swim. I know that we have Leslie from the Career Center. Did you want to say something about that? You can come to the...
Mike?
Leslie Burke.
I'm not used to being official. See
Sorry
this
to
on
put-
TV a lot, though.
Sorry to put you on the spot,
Oh, no, that's
Leslie,
okay. If you can bear with me, I'm getting old. We've been recruiting through the April vacation, the first day, the 22nd, for our summer programs. We're funded through Youth Works, the state funding component, and presently, we're going to have 253 total youth that have already come through for some of their paperwork that is necessary for their eligibility. That the 20%, the 51 youth from this particular Youth Works grant will be DYS court involved, homeless, or foster child, or aging out of foster care. The other 80%, which will be 202 youth, will be, free lunch, reduced lunch, single parents, receiving TAFDC, income is low according to the Youth Works guidelines. So that's one grant we have. We have the Shannon grant, and this year we have an increase in it of 72 youth, which is great. And we have the C-Fire grant, which Mary Ann had mentioned, that is 20 from the Centerville area. So this summer, we'll be working with 345 total youth. Our thing at the Career Center is putting these young adults in appropriate work sites so that they can receive skills that they can carry on towards part-time jobs in private industry. We also have a pretty intensive work readiness program through ComCore that all of these young adults have to go through. And it's almost like a curriculum. It's changed into a classroom curriculum. So we've been pretty busy. The first day in April, on the 22nd, there were 200 youth on Lee Street just waiting to come in. We do a lottery to make it fairer because we don't have enough money to give all the kids who really want to work a job. So we do a lottery. And they sometimes don't understand that, so they're out there one was out there at 3:30 in the morning, which was phenomenal because he thought it's a first come, first serve. But hopefully that little one will be, picked out of the lottery. So total 345 youth. We have counselors we'll be hiring. Probably we have 3 assistant coordinators, and I think probably 7 to 8 counselors will be working with us because it's a quite intense program. There's time sheets, there's work readiness, there's making sure that everything is, going smooth with the work site, which are usually nonprofit. We do work with City Hall, which has been fantastic. We work with the feeding program. We definitely work with Lowell Parks and Rec and help them with their slots. So these youth can work up to 25 hours for $8 an hour. And pretty much the process of getting on the program is almost over because we have to start in April and we have to do it in a organized manner. So we use an orientation system on that. So far so good. And this is probably my 30th year of doing this with youth. So actually, it's become more organized as I get older, because it has to be. So, any questions, or?
Thank you. Any questions?
No. And I'm sorry, Joe, we should get back to Joe, too.
And we
But-
work very closely with Joe.
But I'd also like to recognize that Council Leahy is also present. Mr. Rourke? Council Rourke? Council Leahy, do you have any questions?
No, I'm all set, but it's a lot of good news tonight. It's good to hear that all the, the numbers, 300, 350, all the kids that are being engaged this summer, so this is great.
Thank you. Joe, any summarize?
No, I was just going to respond to the swimming. Our pool has been closed actually for about 4 years now, but we do get kids lessons over at the Y. The Y has been a great partner, so we agree that getting kids to swim is very important, and we've started piloting getting them over there, and we're going to work to increase that.
Thank you. Is Carolyn Rochelle here? Carolyn, from the school department.
Good evening. My name is Carolyn Rochelle. I'm coordinator of special programs at the Lowell Public Schools. I am in charge of our summer school programs as well as our after-school programs during the school year. So this summer, we will have about 2,000 students from ages 3 to 18 enrolled in our summer programs. 80% of the summer programs are grant funded, so we have been very aggressive in seeking out grant funding so that we have programs for students to attend. We have everything from special education programs for our students with disabilities, right up through elementary programs, programs for refugee and newcomer students, and then academic support programs for provisionally retained students at the middle and high school levels. So we'll be running primarily the whole month of July. And we've been very fortunate to partner with the rec department to offer extended day opportunities because within our programs, they end typically around noontime, and so we've partnered with the Lowell Parks and Rec to provide an extended day service for families that would wish to stay a full day after the summer school program ends. And that would be at the Green Elge, the Morey, the McAuliffe, the Shaughnessy, and then we're going to have some opportunities at the Stocklosa as well for kids to have a full day of programming. So all of the Lowell Public School programs are free. And transportation is provided, as well as lunch. Lowell Public Schools often also offers summer feeding sites at more than 11 locations throughout the city. We've been very fortunate to partner with the Lowell Police Department for our student resource officers in the summertime, as well as in getting our crossing guards set up for us. So we are ready to go, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to.
Carolyn, is that an increase, the 2,000 students?
It's been about 2,000. I've been running summer school for about 5-6 years now, and it's been about the same. We have some community, 21st Century Community Learning Center sites at 8 schools now, and so that has provided us an opportunity to run some summer programs for specific kids in specific schools.
Is there any difficulty in recruiting students? I mean, there's a difference between, we'll say, a recreation program at the park and summer school. I mean, so.
Well, there are some programs that we offer to parents, and frankly, we've turned a lot of families that, we have a great demand for it. The programs that are a little harder sometimes are for our repeater, provisionally retained students, because they need to attend summer school if they're going to either earn credit or be promoted to the next grade. And it's a challenge sometimes because the children typically haven't had a lot of success in school during the year. And to get them to come, if their attendance is issues, it's a challenge. But we hire lots of staff and supports to try to make sure that it's important that parents understand that it's important that they're there, as well as for their academic performance. It's very important to us that they do increase their skills over the summer.
Right, thank you. Any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jennifer Demers, Girls Inc.
I'm Jennifer Demers, Program Director at Girls Inc. Here, I'll let you come over here. This is Caitlin Adams. She's our program coordinator. She's going to explain the program.
Sure. So our program is actually from 7:30 to 5:30. The 7:30 is the early drop-off, but it's typically 8:30 to 5:30. And what we offer is, we offer
9 weeks.
9 weeks. It's a 9-week summer program. They all have theme weeks, and those kind of shape the kind of field trips we do and the educational experiences that we offer the girls. In the morning, the girls will either go swimming at one of the public swimming pools, or they will have a mini field trip. And what I really like about our mini field trips is we get the girls out in the community and see some of the jobs that are out in the Lowell area, and we try to hook them up with female entrepreneurs so they have those role models to lead as an example. So that's a really cool thing. And then we'll have a day that we just typically do a field trip. So it'll be to the Museum of Science, or a new one that we're going to is Strawberry Bank, and we'll do a lot of educational information and programs based on those field trips as well. And then we'll have lunch, and we're actually supported by the Healthy Summer Feeding Program, which is wonderful. And then in the afternoons, we'll have different programs for the girls. So it'll be either a music class or an art class. Science is really big, technology, photography, yoga.
We're doing a production of Louisa May Alcott's Little Women this summer, too.
So one of our programs that I'm really excited about is called Little Women Big Achievers, where the girls learn about Louisa May Alcott and her life, and she was definitely a very strong, independent woman, which we love.
And literacy is a big thing in the summertime, too. We're always doing the summer learning loss and trying to make sure, especially the K through 3, are keeping up and reading. So literacy is a huge program at Girls
We
Inc.
actually partner with this group called BOSNet, and they'll do DIBELS testing with the girls. So they'll test where they are when they're starting at Girls Inc., and then we'll test them at the end to see, have they kept up their literacy skills? Have they gotten better, or are they staying where they are? So that's really great for us, because we can kind of see which girls we need to support in literacy. So that's a big thing. We also partner with a few other people. This summer we're doing something with Mill City Grows, and we're doing some urban gardening, which is really exciting. And
Sometimes
we do
American Textile as well.
American Textile, or even Lowell General will have help us do like a babysitting basics program for our girls. So we got quite a few partners that do programs for us too, which is exciting.
How many students were involved?
We, the girls sign up weekly, so we get about 200, 250 girls during the summer, but they can sign up weekly, so it changes each week.
Actually, I can recall at different times they've also used the high school swimming pool, but I remember one summer just looking out my office and all of a sudden I saw this endless line of young ladies with their towels. I said, what are they doing? I forgot we had signed them up to the,
Anybody have any questions?
before we note that Council Belanger is now present. Any questions?
Thank you.
Just a quick question. How would someone know to enroll in the program, or what, how are you advertising Girls Inc.?
We definitely advertise in the Lowell Sun. We also have a Facebook page and an e-newsletter that goes out to a mailing list. And we are on the Healthy Summer brochure as well.
Thank you.
That's important.
Thank you.
Council Mercia?
Yeah, there's a sliding scale. Is there a cost for your program?
Yes, so there's a $15 membership fee, a yearly membership fee, and then it is based on family size and income for the program. So we are also EEC licensed, so we accept childcare vouchers from the state.
Well, I talked about my children who went to the boys' club, but I remember going to the girls' club, and that was tremendous. I learned ballet, tap, baton, how to cook, so many memories, how to sew. At least I could sew a button on thanks to the girls' club. So you did a wonderful job, and this brings me back beautiful memories of all the you were getting an education, but you didn't realize it because you were having fun while you
We
were
like to
doing
trick them, yeah.
Yeah, you camouflaged it as fun, but it was actually an education. So
Exactly.
thank you for all the work that you do.
Thank you.
Everybody in this room is a great partner that has helped to shape the youth of our city, and we can't thank you enough for getting involved in the summer. All this doesn't stop because summer is here. You're just keeping it going, and that is tremendous. So to each and every one of you that's in this room, you're doing a tremendous job. We, as councilors, are very proud. You do all that good work, and we'll take the credit for it, right? Okay. Okay, just kidding, but thank you.
Is Kevin Morrissey here? Kevin, introduce
evening.
yourself, please.
I'm Director of Operations at the YMCA here in Lowell, so thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thanks. We have several summer programs. One that kind of parallels the program that Joe talked about. We have a YMCA camp for 5 to 8-year-olds at the Y, and our 9 to 13-year-olds, we've partnered with Lowell Catholic High School. So in total, we'll serve about 160 kids per week. Last year, we served a total of 308 different Lowell children in those programs. We're available from 7 to 6 for 10 weeks. So we serve pretty much every day that school's not in session. So again, they get access to sports, gym games. They do have daily swim lessons, field trips weekly. We do not do the food program, but any child that needs lunch will get a lunch with us. We've also introduced a summer learning program, mostly based around reading. An hour a day, each child will read to correlate with the summer learning loss that's going on in Lowell. So that's what we do in Lowell. Also, we have Camp Masspog, which is in Dunstable and Groton. But we do serve a great deal of kids from Lowell. We'll bus over 200 kids from the city of Lowell out to Groton, Dunstable this summer to gain a rural camping experience. I think Council Rourke's kids have been to Camp Masspog in prior years. So at Camp Masspog, kids from Lowell get to experience some things they might not in Lowell: archery range, rock climbing wall, low ropes course. They also get swim lessons out there on Lake Massapequa. So those are the programs that we offer. We do charge, $160 to $180 fee per week, but it's heavily subsidized. In Lowell, we give over $80,000 this summer towards scholarships, and at Camp Masspog for children in Lowell, it'll be over $40,000, which is subsidized by the CDBG money that we receive every year. So we thank you for that. So those are the programs that we do in the summertime, but also in the summer we'll put over 550 kids through swim lessons. So it's an important time for kids to learn to swim, and we'll do that. We do it all year long, but especially the kids are on the water more in the summer, so we'll do over 550 lessons in the summer. So, any questions on the YMCA programs for the summer?
Any questions?
Yeah, I'd just like to say, me and Kevin have talked about this before, but no kid is left behind with the Y. Doesn't matter income or whatnot. I know Kevin talked about that for a quick minute, that absolutely nobody is ever turned away, and the Y accepts all.
Yeah, I mean, we do. Last year as a whole, the YMCA gave over $560,000 in scholarships in total, and a lot of that goes to children in need for before, after school summer camps. But if you come to the Y looking for a summer camp program, your child will be able to attend regardless of your ability to pay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Anything else?
Are there any other community members here? Representatives?
Thank you.
Yes.
Good evening. I'm Tressa Stasinski. I am the Senior Director of Programs at UTEC. And we don't have summer programs, but we are accepting young people into our full-time programs throughout the summer months. So we wanted to make sure that you knew about our programs. We serve youth that are 16 to 24 in our integrated program, which is a GED and workforce program. So all of our young people that don't have their high school diploma or GED will spend half their time in the GED classroom and then half their time in one of our social enterprises. So they will be working in either our mattress deconstruction program, our furniture design program, or our culinary arts program. And we have probably about 20 slots over the summer months for young people to participate in programming. And they can just walk into UTEC any day, and we'll start the application process with them. The other programs that we have in the summer are enrichment or drop-in programs, which are from 4 to 6. And we have everything Monday through Thursday, dance, basketball, ping pong and pool, as well as art programs, and approximately 30 young people come in and out of our drop-in programs every day. So we also can register people on our website, so either walk in, call, or go to our website for anyone that's interested in our programs.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
No, that's wonderful, too.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Councilor Belanger, do you have any questions? Councilor Leahy? Well, I think this is my first year as being part of this particular group, on youth services. And as chair, I can speak for Councilor Mercy, I believe, and Councilor Rourke. They most certainly can speak for themselves, but we're very impressed with what we've seen tonight and what we've heard. I think not only about the information, but the enthusiasm that you've displayed and the concern that you show that you have for the students. When Councilor Rourke talked about no child left behind, I mean, that's important. And to see Chief Taylor here, I think is also very important to show to the people that the police have their duty to assure safety in the city, but also we're going to be a safer city if our youth have something to do, and if our youth are well involved, they become good citizens. So thank you for all the work that you do. We really appreciate this. And as city councilors, we're here to serve you also. So the thing is, if there is any need in your programs, make sure the city manager is aware of what your needs are so we can inform us, because I feel that money is always, we can always say money is tight, but we always have to find money for what you do. Thank you very much. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good there. Very good there, Bill.
Thank you. All right.
Impressed.
No.
Great job there, Don.
Thank you. Have a-